So this is a short video showing how to use the Binance Futures tool. So you basically open it by typing in the address for the tool. It's usually localhost. This one is hosted on a different computer, so I'm just inputting the IP of the different computer, the other computer, and the address for the tool. Same as I showed in the installation, just the IP of the other server instead of the localhost address. So this is the main view of the tool. It will show you your positions. You can click here for the latest prices. This is the ladder tool used to ladder in a position with profit targets, and you select long or short and select the pair. This is more or less the same as the ladder one, just without the ladder. So single entry and a single stop loss, risk calculation and single orders, limit, market, stop loss, and in the bottom here you can change the margin type from isolated to cross. You can even change it for all the pairs in one go. Okay, balance is the balance. This is a demo account, so not too big. Filled orders will show the latest filled orders. This is a test account, so we did some test trades. Open orders is empty here. I will do some tests and you'll see it populate. Charts, you can just open some, let's say, 1 hour chart for BTC. It's a very basic chart, but you will see basically what you need. Funding is the funding for different pairs. Logs will show logs. Basically, you can click and see what happened with the helper. So in here, not much, but it's there. So for logs for ladder setups and stuff. Trade history, I will show that in a moment. So let's do some test trades. Let's see, say we want to do ladder on BTC. The leverage we can decide later. We want to risk 0.5% of the account. Let's do 1% as an example. In this example, this is not a buy I will cancel this later, but let's say we will want to ladder in from 32,511 to 32,311 and a stop loss at 32,250. Like that. We want to do, so the first order will be at 32,511, and since it's 3 orders, the middle one will be in between the start price and the last order, which is 32,311. So basically 32,411. So it's 3 orders, and here we can choose if the orders should be incremented, meaning that the first order will be the smallest, the next one will be bigger, and the last one closest to the stop loss will be the largest. If you're laddering in a long, remember to select long here and click Y. The reason why you can actually select this is that if you skip the stop loss, you can actually use this to ladder out of a position. Then you will also want to not tick the profit target, so only doing a ladder. So this is a long. Then you have some more options here. First profit target close, meaning that how many percent of the position do you want to close after the first profit target. So in this case 33, and the second profit target you want to close 15%, and at the third profit target you want to close 10%. These are percentages based on the initial position, not the remaining. Then you select when you want the profit target to be taken. So first profit target after 2R. 2R meaning the distance from your entry to your stop loss times 2. And if you select 3R, 4R, it's times 3 and 4. So basically, it's a risk-reward thingy. So if you do not type R, this is a percentage. So 5% and for the second profit target and 10% for the third. You can also click here on PT percentage or value and input a manual PT. So let's say 39,111, manual one here, and the next one at 42,111, and the first one is 2R. So this is a bad trade, but it's just an example. The things you type in here will override what's typed in here. So this will ignore 5% and 10% and use this instead. If you keep it blank, the value here will be used. Okay, let's click on buy. Now the tool will actually calculate the correct position size for this trade based on the 1% risk you selected. So that makes it easy to do proper risk management. So it's very nice. It will preview the orders they will do, the total amount and the average price and the liquidation price. It will also tell you that the max leverage you can do on this trade is 111. So you can easily type in 100 here or whatever you want, just below 111. The leverage will not impact the order size or the risk. So just keep in mind, you want to make sure the leverage is such a number that your stop loss will be before your liquidation price. Okay, so if we click on buy here, this will just send these orders to the exchange. We can also do a recalc here. So let's say we want to risk 0.2% instead, and the leverage is 100. Click on buy. This will just do a recalculation. So position size a little bit bigger because we increased the risk by 20%, and the liquidation price 32,215, which is below the stop loss, so then it's fine. Click on buy to send the orders to the exchange. This tool is static at this point. You don't need the tool running because now this is sent to the exchange. It's using stop limits to trigger the profit targets once filled. So that's why it's there. You don't need a tool running. You only need the tool running to do conditional orders. Then you need the helper tool down here to run. And that will need to run on the computer running the tool. So in this case, it's running on this server. And this is only used to execute the orders based on condition. So the ladder I just did can be executed based on a close of 1 hour above some level, and you will buy the pullback or something. So that's very nice. Now you can go to trade history, and the setup will be monitored here. So once we're getting filled and maybe even profit targets on this trade, they will show here as filled, and the profit targets will fill here as P&L. So maybe you made $30 on the first profit target and 40 on the next, and yeah, and it will sum up the total here. If you have more setups, it will show below here or above. The latest one will show first. In this tab, you can cancel the entire setup. It will cancel all the orders here. And here you can clean up this history afterwards, because if you cancel it, it will show here still, but you can, they will not be open anymore. But you can clear them here to not have to, if you did some mistake and you don't need this. I think it's nice to have them here. Even after a trade is done, it's stopped, or all the profit targets taken. I still think it's nice to have the setup in the logs, so I can just go back and see what I did. Let's do a trade setup instead. That's basically the same as the ladder setup, but only a single entry. So let's then do 32,511 and as an entry, and 32,250 as stop loss. Same trade, but not laddering in. 1% risk, and same profit target stuff as with the other one. 2R, yeah, here I can just do 5% and 10%. Click on buy. It will calculate the position size. In this case, it's lower because I didn't ladder in this time, and the risk is a little bit smaller. Because if you ladder in, your average will be closer to your stop loss. Now it's only the first order, and the maximum leverage for this trade is 83. Keep in mind that if a position is already filled, you will not be able to change the leverage. So then it will ignore the change here. So keep in mind, if you have a position with already 100x leverage, and this position requires 80-ish, you shouldn't do this trade before the other one is closed. If you are doing it anyways, you will actually need to add margin to this trade once filled. If not, you can get licked. Just a reminder. I hope they change this at some point, but for now, if using isolator mode, you cannot change leverage once in a position. So that's just a warning. So here, let's do 80. Not 1080, but 80. Click on buy. It will send the orders to the exchange. Here, trade ID is 21. Just wait a few seconds, and if you come back to the main page, and under trade history, you will now also see the next setup here, waiting for to get filled. I will cancel these orders afterwards, but it will show filled here, and it will for the profit targets and the stop loss, it will show P&L. So if you got one profit target and then got stopped, maybe you lost a little bit, and the total will show here. Yeah. Only trades taken with the tool here will show up in this trade setup, but under filled orders and open orders, it will show the rest. Okay. If you click on open orders now, you will see the same orders as in the trade history, and here you can actually change orders. So let's say I want to change a profit target. So on this last one, I want to do, so these stops are actually profit targets. They are using stop limits to trigger them. You see the text here, PT1, PT2, and PT3. Let's decrease the first profit target from 0.0025 to 24 here. Click on edit, and this will change, just change the order. Since Binance isn't supporting modifying orders, it will actually create a new order and cancel the old ones. So some limitations, and it's still here, just with the new value. So that's fine. If you want to calculate risk, just input which pair, risk 1%, leverage. This will show you the correct leverage afterwards, you don't need, but let's just input 70. Entry 32,511, stop loss 32,250. Click on buy. And it will just show you the maximum order size and stuff. Yeah. Back. And here you can do manual orders. So let's say you want to do a long, just a single entry on manual stuff. just input the price here, the amount. It's a limit order. If you're using it to take profits, click the reduce only. And if you are taking profits on a long, make sure that long mode is selected. You input your profit targets, so that should be above current price, of course. Oh, not the amount, but above current price, so 36.11, just an example. Limit profit targets, click on reduce only, and click on sell. So to take profits on long, be in long mode, input the stuff you need, click on sell. If you're taking profits on a short, be in short mode and have your profit target, so that should be below current price. Limit, and then click on buy, still with reduce only, because that will reduce this position. So you need to be in to take profits on a short, click on short, and then do a buy. To take profits on long, be on long here, and click on sell. Yeah. Same goes with the market and also stop loss. Below here, you can actually have this all pairs 24-hour low, high low, will actually show the pairs with huge movements. So that can be useful sometimes. And change margin type will allow you to change the margin type for the different pairs or all pairs here. Right. Under logs, you'll see the ladder setups taken. So just the stuff you did earlier. Okay, back to conditional orders. For now, the conditional orders are not including profit targets. The next release will, so it will only do the laddering. So let's say I want to do a ladder setup for ETH. Risk 0.5%, start from 721, first buy order, then down to 711, stop loss at 695, that's wide range, but still. 3 orders, you can do many more here. I wouldn't do more than 7, 8, because yeah, it's a lot of orders. Just do a nice range. As increment by 7%, and this is a long, and I want to execute this one on so click here on a condition. If we are doing a 15-minute close above, so this is a very random setup, but 1611, trigger a buy in this range. That's very low. Bad example, but you get the point. So this will wait for a 15-minute close above 1611 and ladder in this range for rebuys. So click on buy. It will show the setup it will take. To keep in mind, it will ignore the profit targets for now. And we click on buy. Now it will just monitor the trade. Yep, click back here. Let's see if the helper tool is actually running here. I'm not too sure actually. Yes, it is. So if you click on show saved here, these are save setups ready to go. You can either use the save setups. I can actually show how you save setups and not trigger them. So a save setup for ETH. So once the 15-minute is closing above 1611, this setup will be sent to exchange. What we can do here, so I can just delete this one, but it will execute this setup. Click on delete, and let's show an example of only preparing an order. So let's do a setup again. Let's just do BTC 31.101 to 30.511. Stop loss at 34.15. 3 orders, yeah, just like that. No changes. Let's just go with this one. So it will prepare the setup. Still the same, it doesn't support profit targets, the next version will. Then it will also trigger the profit targets. So to save it, be sure that the correct stuff is here. Click on save. So now this setup is saved. And you can quickly find it here. This is the saved setup. So if you now click on buy, it will be here, and now you can check the profit targets and click on buy and it will send it. This is very nice if you want to have all the numbers ready for later. And click on buy, and then it will send it to exchange. So pretty nice. The tool is made in PHP, so everything is human readable. So the files here, out of PHP files, you can read them yourself. So then you know you can trust the code because everything is in human readable text. So it should be very safe for everyone. It's decently good tested, and everything here, once it's sent to exchange, except from the trigger here, it's in the exchange. So you can use it only as a tool to enter orders if you want. If you have some feature requests, you can join our Discord and contact me there. This tool is available for $25 for a 3-month subscription. It's not actually a subscription. You get the tool and it will never stop working, but to get updates after that you need to pay again, and then it will be a 50% discount. The easiest way to get it is to just do a tier 3 sub in our Twitch channel. So that will be linked below. Yeah, that should be it for the tool. It will make it very easy to do proper risk managed trades and do everything for you. Sometimes when it's heavy load on the exchange, the normal interface will actually not work properly, but the API is almost always okay. So then you can execute orders even if the other one is overloaded, so that's very nice. And it will show you all you need basically to trade. I never open the main interface myself, so this is very nice. Yeah. Okay, bye.